Hello and welcome to day 76 of 100 Days of Bad Videos. And I know the days may be off and it may look like I skipped a day, but I actually was looking back through my notes and found that I had did a double 70. So actually today is day 76. With that being said, today's topic request comes from my daughter, and she asked me to talk about how my wife and I were able to keep us the spark in our marriage and our relationship for the last 27 years. And also she told me keep it PG. So I definitely will do that. Here's the thing, as I was thinking about this topic and kind of really mulling over, because the only research I can do is based off of my experience and my wife's experience, I thought about it. I was like, how do we keep the spark, the spark, the spark? And I'm not sure of the actual spark. Um, I'm not sure about that. Now, there are some kind of unspoken, some are spoken rules of engagement that my wife and I have and that we've developed over the years. And I don't know if the spark, I shouldn't say I don't know. I know 100% that the spark is somewhere in there. And that's how we were able to stay together. So I came up with 5 key points that we kind of follow and kind of live by for the last 27 years. I mean, this is a person I've been with longer than we've been together longer than we've been apart at this stage of our life and of our marriage. So the first point is, early on when we got married, we decided that divorce wasn't an option. It just wasn't. That, no matter how much we argue, no matter how much we fuss and fight, divorce wasn't an option. And once we kind of took that off of the table, it kind of made us work through everything. We worked through our disagreements, because where are you going to go? We're not going to get a divorce. So what are you going to do? So it makes you work through. So I think a lot of times people get so caught up in thinking they have a way out, and they give themselves a way out that is easy to take that way out. We took that off the table right from the beginning. And then one of the things that I've learned people have gotten caught up or can get caught up in this. The marriage has to be 50-50. Now, I will say with 100% certainty, there's no such thing as a 50-50 marriage, because sometimes you don't have 50% to give. Or let me say it, keep it personal. Sometimes I don't have 50% to give. Sometimes I only may have 10% to give, and my wife has to give 90. Or sometimes she only has 20 and I have to give 80. And sometimes, you know what? One of us may not have anything to give and the other person have to give 100%. And when you come to that realization that stop looking for things to be equal, stop looking for things to be balanced, and I gave this and I did it. No, we're in this together. This is what we do. So, I may not have it today because, today the world just drained me. I'm sorry, babe. I only got 30% today. And she's like, all right, no problem. I'll give the 70. I'll pick up the slack. And you have to be willing to pick up the slack for the other person when they don't have that extra to give. The third thing is you have to get to a point where you realize that your spouse is the most important person in your life. Now, honestly speaking, there's times where I was trying to balance my wife, my kids, my parents, all of them, because they were very important to me. And I came to the realization that, you know what? In that hierarchy, my wife is number one. No matter what, don't get me wrong, I love my kids, I love my parents, but my wife is number one, point blank in the story. I'm going to do for her. I'm going to take care of her. I'm going to love on her. I'm going to give her all of me. And whatever else is left over, everybody else can get, because she is my number one. The fourth thing is, no matter what, no matter how many arguments you give, no matter how many fights you have, no matter what, you got to remember that you love this person. This is the person that you are in love with. Now, I didn't say you always like the person, but you always love the person, understanding that. And the last point I want to make is, at some point during our marriage, I And actually, I kind of remember when, and it was when our oldest son went off to college. I looked at her and I realized that our kids were leaving the house. And actually looked at my wife and we had the conversation like, do I want to grow old with this person? And the answer was yes. And it's not do I want to grow old with her. I can't see myself not growing old with her. And when you have that realization, once again, just like taking divorce off the table, just like understanding that this person is the most important person in my life, when you understand that this is the person I want to go old with, this is the person that I want to be sitting in my old age on a rocking chair, sitting on a porch, drinking a cup of lemonade or iced tea, just not either talking trash or not talking at all, but just looking into this person's eyes and realizing this is the person that I love. So I don't know if you can, that is the spark of understanding all of those factors, create the spark that helps us for the last 27 years. But I know that's what we live by, and that's what has guided us to this point. And I know that is going to get us through the next 27 plus years that we're on this planet, because she's the only one for me. She's the only one I want, and I'm the only one that she wants. And when you understand that, and I say that with all confidence and certainty, and when you understand that, life is good. So hopefully that answered the question. And with that said, only one thing left to say. Life gives you two choices. You can either run with the big dogs or you can stay on the porch with the pups. My name is Aaron Allen, and I choose to run with the big dogs. See you out there running.